What's up, boys? Today, Beta 17 dropped in MX Bikes, and yeah, today we're going to be talking about it, going over it, and yeah, just giving my thoughts and opinions about it. Also, Van dropped a video on Beta 17 right when it dropped and when it was really broken, and then everybody's reactions to it. So I'll show some clips from that, and then you guys should definitely go check that video out. I'll link it down below. I got a laugh out of it, so yeah, go check that video out.
Just nuked the game, bro.
You did.
I just did a 360.
Do some body wiggles. Oh yeah.
Down in the MXB display.
I dare you to watch every screen share. I triple dog dare you that.
But yeah, then the real update came out, and I'll put the changelog up on the screen for Beta 17, and you guys can see what they fixed and improved, and yeah. So right away, when I first hopped on, I could tell a massive difference in the changes to the physics of the game. But yeah, if you look on the changelog there's nothing that says he changed the physics, so that is a bit odd. So the first thing I will say about these changed physics is everything feels 10 times more heavy and more sluggish. It feels like I can't turn the bike well. It seems like my rider lean is very slow and not very reactive. And yeah, the bike just feels very heavy. The whips and scrubs, I really struggle with getting them back now. Oh man. And yeah, it just feels like really sluggish and slow, I guess, and heavy. So I actually have the world record here. I think I still have it, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I have the world record here with a 49.2. And I'm gonna put up a side-by-side comparison of a lap of my world record and a lap with these new physics. So just so you can kind of visualize the changes a bit more. So yeah, let's get into that. So yeah, there's the lap. As you can see, the bike doesn't turn as well. It's a lot more heavy and sluggish. Yeah, it's very strange. It feels very weird, and it probably doesn't look too bad visually. But if you played this game in Beta 16 a lot and then come to this, you'll definitely feel quite a big difference. Yeah, and this is on one of the easier supercross tracks that have been released this year. If you go to, not that A2 is too hard really, but A2 is a bit harder, and that's where I feel the biggest difference is at Anaheim 2. I also had the world record at Anaheim 1. I'm not sure if I still have it. I might still have it. I don't know. But yeah, I had the world record at Anaheim 1, and I'll put one more comparison video up for you guys, side-by-side lap time, just so you guys can see it on a bit harder of a track. You guys may also notice that when you get up to higher speeds, you guys can hear a wind effect, which is very strange and odd. So right away, the initial reaction to the update was not very good. If you go into the MX Bikes Discord or the Aerial Discord, most people were complaining about it and not liking it. And from what I hear, everybody says that Pabosa is going to change it or update it or revert back to Beta 16. But nowhere have I seen him say that, though. So I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah, but people are not very happy with these changes here. Okay, now we're on Anaheim 2, where I feel like I can tell the biggest difference. So I haven't played too many tracks yet, but yeah, where I can tell the biggest difference is here at Anaheim 2. There's two problems I see with this physics change that he made. Obviously, everything else that he did is great. Love it, great changes, and it's helping the game out. But yeah, in terms of the physics, which is, you know, the main part of a motocross game, I see two big problems here. And obviously, this is coming from a pro's perspective. I can't speak for beginners in this game, and I can't speak for, I don't know, amateurs or whatever. But I'm speaking from a pro's perspective and someone who has almost 2,000 hours now. I have 1.9K. The two main problems that I see with this, and it mainly has to do with the pro scene in this game too, like the racing. One is that Stone is going to have to completely, you know, redo how he makes these tracks, right? I'm struggling to triple in. I'm struggling to, which this track is really easy to triple in on. I think at least in Beta 16 it was. I'm struggling to triple in. I'm struggling to get around the corners. I can't whip. I can't scrub. Everything just feels slow and sluggish. Yeah, before, obviously I'm doing it now, but because I'm used to it. But before I couldn't even triple into any of these. Yeah, it was just not good. I just seemed really out of control in the air. But yeah, like I was saying, Stone is going to have to completely remake how he makes these tracks. He's going to have to redo the scaling, find a new way to work around the physics of the game, which is okay for a new physics change. But there's nobody really fast in the game anymore to help him, you know, say what should be a pro track now. Like, what is good scaling? What is this and that, you know? So nobody... So how is he supposed to know what to make? You know, what's going to be a good track? Because I can't even make it around this corner here. Which again, Stone works really, really hard on these tracks, and we all appreciate what he does. But now he's kind of stuck in a hard spot right now, where, like, what is he supposed to do with these tracks now? The other problem that comes to the pro scene with these physics changes, which are major, again, by the way, is that what happens to, let's say, your points leader, Evmove, right? In the 250 class. Now all of a sudden he could be bad at the game, and that could completely, you know, ruin his championship. What about, I don't know, Van and Hemi, who are like 1 point down from Move, who are, you know, clawing their way back into this championship, but now all of a sudden the physics have changed. Now that all of a sudden the physics have changed, and they could be, you know, in a tight spot. Or what about the guy who's been practicing a lot lately and putting a lot of time into this game and almost qualifying into the night show, and one of these days is going to get close, but now all of a sudden the physics change and he has to start from scratch again, you know? It's not fair to Stone Rider and the players, I feel like. Again, these physics could be, you know, great for beginners. I don't know. The reason why I feel like a lot of the pros are unhappy with this is because we've put over 1,000 hours. Most pros have over 1,000 hours, and we've put over 1,000 hours into this game with the Beta 16 physics, right? And the Beta 15 physics, which are very similar to the Beta 16 physics. But, you know, we're just used to that. So I don't think, even if I was a new player, I don't think I'd be happy with this physics change, because it makes, you know, turning slower, it makes whips harder. It just feels like you're stuck in mud almost. It just doesn't feel right, I guess I would say. Something about this feels off, and I'm hoping that, you know, he made a mistake or something and is going to fix it, which a lot of people have been saying. But again, I haven't seen him say anywhere that he's going to fix this. So I don't know where people are getting that from. And the reason why the pro scene in MX Bikes matters so much is because there's recently been a huge boom in sales for bikes in the past, you know, month or 2 months or so, 3 months or whatever. And I don't think that's a coincidence that as soon as, you know, the new aerial season is about to start, the new Supercross season, that, you know, all of a sudden MX Bikes booms in sales. Obviously the new OEMs as well. and mix that with, you know, the pro scene of MX bikes with the new aerial tracks. And then, yeah, the sales are booming. Obviously, again, Pitboard works very hard on this game and all of his games, and I'm sure he did only what's best, what he thought was only best for this game, but he's kind of ruining the pro scene in this game, which, again, I feel like is responsible for the majority of the sales recently. Right, you have Lynn's making his YouTube videos, which is probably a big factor in the sales, but he's been doing that for a year now. And then you have the new OEMs and the new aerial season. So those are probably the three things that are, you know, really selling this game. The other big problem that I have with this physics change is that nobody really asked for it. People have been asking for certain physics changes, such as, you know, the slow speed physics, because when you're at lower speeds, the physics are really janky in this game, and it's just hard to get around the track at lower speeds. The other physics change that people have been asking for is to reduce the bounciness. So when you like come up short on something or overjump something, you bounce 20 feet in there, and you know that's just kind of silly. Yeah, but other than that, I've not seen anybody want, you know, physics changes. Like, I feel like MX Bikes is one of the most popular motocross games right now, and people are buying it for a reason. You know, they like the physics, they feel good. The physics could have gotten something to create more of a skill gap, but just to make it feel heavier and it's more sluggish, like you're stuck in mud or something, is just not really a good change in my opinion. Like I said, that kind of ruins the pro scene, and it kind of ruins the racing, and people have been making lots of progress in this game, and yeah, everybody was really happy with the physics, so I don't know where he got this idea that the physics needed changing. I'm sure he has his reasonings. Like I said, this is, you know, he works really hard in this game, and we all appreciate how much he does for this game, and that he made the game in the first place because, you know, it's a game that we all love, but I don't think really anybody asked for a physics change. And if you look on the changelog, like I said, there's nothing saying that there was a physics change, so I'm really, really hoping that this was just an accident, and, you know, maybe he messed something up in the files, or I don't know, whatever. Maybe he messed up again like he did earlier in the day where he kind of forgot to pack something or whatever. Or maybe he just hopefully goes back to beta 16, reverts it back. But yeah, if you are newer to the game, or maybe you're not a pro, let me know how you guys feel about this new physics change. Obviously, everything else that he did in the update is great, and they're all quality of life fixes, and you know, makes bikes a more enjoyable game. But, you know, the main core of the game, the physics of the game, what people come here to play, I feel like it's a negative change. I don't feel like it's very good. Everybody loved the physics, in my opinion. Obviously not certain aspects of the physics, but people were content and happy with the physics before, you know, this update. And now people are, you know, upset with these new physics. So I don't feel like it's a improvement on the physics. But yeah, like I was saying, if you're new, or if, you know, you're not a pro or whatever, let me know how you guys feel about these new physics changes. I want to know your thoughts on the update. Yeah, I kind of just want to know what you guys are thinking on this. I want to get a different perspective, I guess, on this physics change. I mean, I'm just struggling to make it around the track here. I don't know what kind of lap times I'm running. Let's see. My fastest lap here so far is a 106.9, which is not very good. I ran a one flat in qualifying, so nearly 7 seconds slower are the lap times. Some people have been saying that the physics changes are more realistic, but keep in mind that this track is a 1-to-1 scale, right? And I'm pretty sure they're in the 50s in real life, and after this new update, we're in the 106s. And this track is pretty close to 1-to-1. It might actually be 1-to-1, the scaling. So it's not realistic, per se, in terms of lap times. The bike feels heavier and more sluggish, like I said. The rider weight feels slow. Like when you try to lean your rider around, it feels super slow. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about it. I'm hoping by the time this video goes out, it's already fixed and it's already changed. And if that is the case, my how to hit whoops video will be out very soon. Yeah, until then, let me know what you guys think about this new update and your thoughts and opinions on it. I'll definitely be talking more about this throughout the week. Just kind of want to get some initial thoughts out there. I'll be playing the game obviously throughout the week and see if my opinions on this update change. I'm hoping for that they revert back to beta 16 and think that would keep everybody happy. Let me know what you guys think about the update. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
My name, got the hottest chick in the game, wearing my chain, that's right.